Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to start the exercise questions of the chapter Human Eye and the Colorful World. So hope you have seen my last two videos, which were the full summary of the chapter and the mid-chapter questions and answer. If you have not watched them, please go and have a look. Those are good videos, will give you great concepts. So now let's start the chapter, and obviously guys, don't forget to like and subscribe, because the likes you forward to me encourages me. Thank you. So now let's start from the first question. In the first question it is asked that the human eye can focus objects at different distances by adjusting the focal length of the eye lens. This is due to what? Number A is presbyopia, B is accommodation, C is nearsightedness, and D is farsightedness. So as we can see, A, C and D, these three are disorders. Like nearsightedness means myopia, farsightedness means hypermetropia, and presbyopia is already a sightedness, in which we can see the cases. In presbyopia we can see the cases of both nearsightedness and farsightedness. So in the question it is asked that adjusting the focal length of eye lens is due to, so the remaining option is number C, which is accommodation. Accommodation means when the ciliary muscle relaxes and helps the eye lens to view any object is called accommodation, or we have studied earlier, which is power of accommodation. Moving on to the next question, which is asked that the human eye forms the image of an object at its A is cornea, B is iris, C is pupil, and D is retina. So let us draw a small and simple eye diagram. Let us take this as eye. These are ciliary muscles. This is the lens, and this is iris. So the four options are, first of all, this is cornea, this is iris, this is pupil, and this portion is retina. So we all know that the image goes through the pupil and forms in the retina. So the answer is number D, which is retina. The third question, in which it is asked that the least distance of a distinct vision for a young adult with normal vision is about A 25 meter, B 2.5 centimeter, C 25 centimeter, and D 2.5 meter. So in the earlier videos I have explained all about the nearest vision and the farmost vision of a human eye. So in that we have studied that the 25 centimeter is the least distance we can view from a young adult human eye, and the farmost distance is infinity. So the answer will be C, 25 centimeter. Now the next question, which is number 4. In this question it is asked that the change in focal length of an eye lens is caused by the action of number A pupil, B retina, C ciliary muscle, and D iris. So as we can see here, the iris and pupil are the two muscle. The iris and the pupil are the 2 points where amount of light entering in the eye is controlled. Especially iris controls the amount of light entering in the eye, and the pupil is the hole in which light enters. So now the two options are left, which are ciliary muscle and retina. And as we know, retina is the part of the eye where image is formed. So option remains, which is C, that is ciliary muscles. Ciliary muscles helps the pupil to adjust its focal length time to time, viewing any object at any distance. So now the question number 5. In this question, it is asked about a person needs a lens of power minus 5.5 diopter. Now what is diopter? Diopter is the SI unit of power. For correcting his distant vision. Distant vision means he can't see the object which is far away. He can't see far away, which means the person has hypermetropia. So now for correcting his near vision, he needs a lens of plus 1.5 diopter. Means the other person has myopia, which is that's why he needs 1.5 diopter power specs. So now what is the focal length of the lens required for correcting distant vision and near vision? So we have been given both the powers. Now we have to find out the focal length the person requires in distant vision and near vision. So starting with number 1, which is distant vision, in which the power of lens is given as minus 5.5 D, which means diopter. Now in the previous in the chapter 10, where in the power of lens a formula is there, P is equal to 1 by F. So we will be putting that formula here, which is P is equal to 1 by F. Now what is P? P is given as minus 5.5 is equal to 1 by F. So we will be now cross multiplying this, and we will get F is equal to 1 by minus 5.5 diopter. Now this value is in meter. We have to convert it into centimeter. So now how we can convert this into centimeter? By multiplying it with 100. After multiplying it with 100, we will get the answer F is equal to minus 18.18 centimeter. Okay guys, got it? Now for the second power, which is, this was number 1, this is number 2, this is for near vision. For near vision, power of lens is given, which is plus 1.5. Same, we will be giving the formula of P is equal to 1 by F. Here P is equal to 1.5 equal to 1 by F. Now cross multiplying this, F is equal to 1 by 1.5. Now to get this, this is the value in meters, we have to convert it into centimeter. So to convert this, we have to multiply this with 100. Now we will get F is equal to 66.66 centimeter. And also remember guys, if you don't multiply this answer with 100 and if you put the unit as meter, the answer is also correct. So the next question, which is question number 6. In this question, it is asked that the far point of a myopic person is 80 centimeter in front of the eye. So the image distance is given 80, which is given in centimeter. So as per sign convention, if we take this as our eye, any object before the eye is in negative power and any object after the eye is in positive power. Always remember this, guys. This sign convention are going to help you. So in the question it is also said that what is the nature and the power of the lens required to correct the problem. So we are not given the actual object distance, so we have to take the object is in distant, means far away. So here the image distance will be again in infinity. So as per the formula, we will put the formula of lens here, which is 1 by v minus 1 by u equal to 1 by f. So putting in the value 1 by, this is will be in minus 1 by 80 minus 1 by infinity equal to 1 by f. So now 1 by f is equal to minus 1 by 80, which is f is equal to minus 80 centimeter, which is equal to minus 0.8 meter. We have converted this into meter. Now we have also been asked about the power of the lens required. So what will be the power of the lens required? We also know that power of the lens P is equal to 1 by f. F we should have to be always in meter. That's why I have converted this number into meter. So now what is 1 by f? 1 by f is equal to 1 by minus 0.8, which is equal to minus 1.25 diopter. So now the power of the lens is minus 1.5 diopter, and here it is also asked that what type of lens is required in this problem. So concave lens is required. So concave lens of power minus 1.25 diopter is required. So the question is solved. Now moving on to the next question. The next question, which is number 7. Here it is asked that make a diagram to show how hypermetropia is corrected. The near point of a hypermetric eye is 1 meter. What is the power of the lens required to correct this defect? Assume that the near point of the normal eye is 25 centimeter. So now what is a hypermetric eye? So let us take this as an eye, this as a lens. So in a hypermetric eye, it is a farsightedness, which means the person can see the object far in distant but can't see the object near to him. So suppose this is some image coming from far and it does from outside retina, on the back side of retina. This is a defect in hypermetropia eye. Now how can we correct it? So this is again a hypermetric eye. Let us take this as a lens. So this is the normal defect of this hypermetric eye. Now let us put a concave lens here. The concave lens will pull the near object to the far so that the person can see the image converging on its retina, and now the person is able to see the object in his retina. Always remember, A hypermetropia eye always requires a convex lens which which pulls back the nearby object too far so that the person will be able to see the image on its retina. Now this defect is corrected here by putting a convex lens. So now it is said that the near point of a hypermetric eye is 1 meter. So let us take, suppose this is an object here and this is in 1 meter distance from here, and a normal eye can see 25 centimeter. So we have to push back this image to far distance so that the person will be able to see this. So now how can we push that? Let us take this as u, which is actual image, which is u is equal to minus 25 centimeter and v is equal to minus 100 centimeter. Now where did the minus 100 centimeter came from? As this is 1 meter, in 1 meter there is 100 centimeter, so we have to the image as in 100 centimeter leaving 1 meter. So now we know 1 by f is equal to 1 by v minus 1 by u. So here minus 1 by 100 and minus minus becomes plus 1 by 25. This will be now equal to f equal to 100 by 3 centimeter. Here we got f is equal to 100 by 3 centimeter. Now what will be the power? P is equal to 100 by f. P is equal to 100 by f. So now P we will get P is equal to power P is equal to 100 by f. Now P will be equal to 100 by 3, which is equal to 3 diopter. Power is 3 diopter. Now the next question, which is question number 8. In this question it is asked, why is a normal eye not able to see clearly the objects placed closer than 25 centimeter? So to see the objects closer to the eye, the ciliary muscles contract, which means the ciliary muscles go opposite side, by which the eye lens become thick. This decreases the focal length of the eye and the image of the object is formed exactly on the retina. So what will be the answer? To see objects closer to the eye, the ciliary muscles contracts so that the eye lens becomes thicker. This decreases the focal length of the eye lens. This decreases the focal length of the eye lens and image of the object is formed exactly on the retina. Now the value of least distant distance of distinct vision is 25 centimeter. So however, the focal length of the eye lens cannot be decreased below a certain limit. So we are not able to see clearly the objects placed closer than 25. So the focal length of eye lens cannot be decreased below a certain limit. So we are not able to see clearly the objects placed closer than 25 centimeter. Okay, so the next question, which is number 9, here it is asked, what happens to the image distance in the eye when we increase the distance of an object from the eye? So let us take a small diagram of eye. This is the lens. Now the image can be anywhere placed. Now this is the image of the distance. Now this is the image can be point out from here. So the rays will be falling to the eye lens, and the eye lens will form the image on the retina. So this is the image distance, which is represented by V, and this is the object distance, which is represented by U. So always remember, V will be constant. Why? Because no matter how much the object distance changes, the image distance will be the same. So the formula is 1 by V minus 1 by U equal to 1 by F. Now F is variable. Why? Whenever the object distance will change, the ciliary muscle will be relaxed or will be contracted to make the lens thicker or more fat at the same time to view the object's image. Moving on to the next question, which is number 10. It is asked, why do stars twinkle? So in the last video or the previous one, there I have already described you all about why does the star twinkle. Here we will be giving you the small brief of why does the stars twinkle. The twinkling of a star is due to the atmospheric refraction of light coming from the star. Okay, the light on entering the Earth's atmosphere undergoes refraction continuously before it reaches the Earth. It does mean when the light comes from the star, it always gets refracted, because the atmosphere above our Earth will always change. Like sometimes the temperature will be high, sometimes the wind will be blowing. So since the atmosphere bends starlight towards the normal, the apparent position of the star is slightly different from its actual position. The star appears slightly higher than its actual position when viewed from the horizon. Now, the answer will be the twinkling of a star is due to atmospheric refraction of light coming coming from the star. The light on entering the Earth's atmosphere undergoes refraction continuously before it reaches the Earth. Then, since the atmosphere bends starlight towards the normal, the apparent position of the star is slightly different from its actual position. The stars appear slightly higher than its actual position when viewed near horizon. Further, this apparent position of the star is not stationary but keeps on changing slightly. Since the physical condition of the Earth atmosphere are not constant, as I said earlier, that the wind can be blowing every time, the humidity can be high sometime. So these are some physical conditions under which the atmosphere are not always constant. Since the stars are very distant, means far away from us, they approximately a point-size source of light, as the path of the ray of light coming from the star goes on varying slightly, sometimes this way, sometimes that way. The apparent position of the star fluctuates at the amount of starlight entering the eye flickers. The stars sometimes appear brighter and sometimes at some other time fainter, which is the twinkling effect. So how can we write this? This apparent position of the star is not stationary. Though it is stationary, but we see as this is not stationary. Sorry for the spelling. Stationary, but keeps on changing slightly. Since the physical condition of the Earth's atmosphere are not constant. Since the stars are very distant, distant, they they approximately are point-sized source of light. As the path of rays of light coming from the star goes on varying slightly. The apparent position of the star fluctuates and the amount of starlight entering the eye flickers. It means sometimes we see the flick here, sometimes we see the flick there. It means it changes its position. The apparent position of the star changes every time. The star sometimes appears brighter and at some time fainter, which is the twinkling effect. As we see, suppose this is a star, this is our earth, this is someone which is watching the star, this is our atmosphere. Whenever the point size ray comes to the earth, let us take this as normal, it comes towards normal, that means we see the normal as this, and for this ray the star will appear to us in this position. This is the twinkling effect because of the humidity present in the air, or as well as the ray of the light is coming from rarer medium to denser medium. So the next question is, which is number 11, that explain why the planets do not twinkle. So as we know, the stars do twinkle but the planets do not. Why? Because the planet doesn't have its own light, it reflects the light from the sun or other stars. A planet is much closer to the earth than the stars. Therefore, a planet is considered as an extended source of light. We consider the planet as a collection of large number of point-sized sources of light. The total variation in the amount of light entering our eye from the individual point-sized source will average out to zero. Thus, planets appear equally brighter and there is no twinkling effect. Suppose let us take this as Earth, this as the atmosphere, this is the star, and suppose this is the planet, as planets are closer to us. So, from the star a point-sized ray comes to our Earth, but as you can see this is a very big planet, so there are many point-sized source of light. Suppose 100 of the sources are coming to the Earth, and due to atmospheric reflection 50 of them are going in different directions, but the other 50 are coming to the Earth, which is more than enough to view the planet, or which erases the twinkling effect of the planet. So how can we write this? A planet doesn't have its own light. It reflects the light from the sun or other stars. Also remember, our sun is also a star, okay? A planet is much closer to the earth than the stars. Therefore a planet planet is considered as an extended source of light. We consider the planet as a collection of large number of point-sized source of light. Okay, the total variation in the amount of light entering our eye from all the individual point-sized source will average to zero. Thus planets appear equally bright and there is no twinkling effect. So the next question is number 12. in this question it is asked that why does the sun appear reddish early in the morning. So the simple answer will be intensity of light reaching us is very low. Or let me describe in other words. Let us suppose this is Earth and this is our atmosphere. So the sun will be rising from this side and setting on this side, and this is the afternoon time, which is at 12 p.m. So suppose this is a person. Also remember, in the chapter, in the video full summary, I have described this very beautifully. You can go to that video and see the video again, and you will notice everything possible about sun or atmospheric refraction, etc. So we know the wavelength of the color blue is very less. That is why it travels in the atmosphere very easily, but or it spreads very easily. So if we take the distance traveled by the sunlight from atmosphere to the earth surface is long when it is going to set or it is going to rise, but at the 12 p.m. midday the sun reaching us is very small. The distance is very small, only this much, and on the time of sunset this much, on the time of sunrise this much. This is the longest time we can see the horizon or the sun reaches us. The distance is very long at the time of rising or at the time of setting. So due to the blue color have very less wavelength, it travels easily to the sky, and the red color has very high wavelength. That is why it travels directly to us. That is why on the time of sunrise and sunset we see the sun as red. Moving to the last question, which is number 13. In this question it is asked that why does the sky appears dark instead of blue to an astronaut. So let us take this as the surface of Earth, this is the atmosphere. Suppose this is the sun. So the sun rays coming here enters the Earth's atmosphere, which has many different layers because our atmosphere has many different density or in many different mediums. So the sunlight scatters when it enters the Earth's atmosphere. Okay. So due to the white light has 7 colors in it, which is BIBGYOR. So the blue colors get scattered easily because its wavelength is very less. So that is why we can see the Earth's atmosphere as or the sky blue. But suppose this is sun. Suppose this is the astronaut. This is the spaceship where an astronaut is sitting. He can see the real sunlight coming to the Earth. Okay, that is why he is not here, he is there. That is why he can't see the scattering of light, and it doesn't appear blue to him, and instead of blue he sees the whole galaxy as dark or black color. Okay, so here I complete the chapters, guys. The chapter number 11 is completed, which is the human eye and the colorful world. So guys, I have done 3 videos in this chapter and 3 videos of acid, bases and salts. Go and watch them. This will be very useful for you. And do subscribe, press the like button as much as you can, and I will appreciate your every step. Thank you guys for watching my videos. I will be coming with a new chapter next week with 3 more videos. So until that time, stay tuned.